So while outdoor activities have been yet canceled due to the inclement weather that is out yonder here, we need to push a pressure washer up to the shop, put it in here to keep it dry, because it's going to or not. I think yep, change of plans. I thought it wasn't raining super hard, but I guess I should have looked at the floor, and the moisture running in underneath the garage door would have told me that, hey, it's really raining out there, maybe you better hold off and put the pressure washer away after it's done raining. So for the time being, I guess we will turn our attention over to working on this on this John Deere. We need to finish waxing it. We need to get a step ladder. Somehow we need to figure out how to place it over top of this, over top these tires. I'm not quite exactly sure how that's going to be done. Kind of maybe would like this fender to be shoved in towards a tire. Well, maybe we put a step ladder there. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I don't want to step on this fender and break it. I'll think of something. Did I hear somebody say that we needed some more light on the subject? Oh, now we're talking. There isn't anything any better than some nice, bright LEDs so you can see what you're doing. So I got the nice LED lights that we got when we redid the Western Star a couple of years ago. For those of you that have stuck around, you'll know that we bought these lights so that we could see when we're painting the Western Star, because those candle lights over there just wouldn't put out the lumens that we needed to light the Western Star up so we could see to paint it accordingly. So I'm gonna take you guys upstairs here and I'm gonna show you just a quick before and after of how bad this hood is. This is what happens when you let your stuff sit outside. And for those of you that let your stuff sit outside, well, shame on you, because I'm gonna make this hood look really, really nice when I'm done with it. You guys see that faded spot right there? Well, there's what it looks like after I have put a coat of wax on it. Makes it look a little bit shinier, but what really makes stuff shine is when you buff it out. And I think this hood is gonna need buffed out maybe next year in a couple of spots, or else we might just wait until the whole thing needs done. But this looks pretty darn good for it being its second. This fall will be the second time we have done any maintenance to this tractor as far as waxing it. So I just got done doing a couple of YouTube shorts, and I kind of wanted to explain, or I should say go in depth, as to why we are so, I guess, adamant or picky about waxing our equipment. At the end of the season it's quite simple. You look at this and then you go look at another tractor, same size, maybe a couple sizes difference. You know, it's missing the grill, the fenders tore, mufflers all, you know, not there, the mirror is broken, the glass is broken, the mirror, the lights don't work, the cab interior is all chewed up, it's all torn, everything. There's a light missing, door handle could possibly be broken. I mean, just look at how nice and clean this cab is, and how just nothing's missing, nothing is broken. If there is anything broken, we fix it within a timely manner. Now, with that being said, the tractor that I just described, with the missing headlights, the tore up fenders, missing sun visor, tear marks in the headliner, missing speakers, glass knocked out of the window, back end, plastic missing, side upholstery all chewed up and everything, seat is all ripped and tore, steering column wobbles and wiggles. I know this one does, but I've seen worse that have like really excessive play. Windshield wiper missing. You know, you come over here, you're in the cab and you're looking around, and you know, the switches for the climate control and all that are missing. You know, the cup holder is all chewed apart, you know. So you go to turn the key on, none of the display lights are working. You know, none of the gauges are working, you know. The blower don't work, you know, when you go to try it. The radio don't work.
Yes.
When you go to try it, like I said, speakers missing and everything. So, what would you guys do? Would you buy the tractor with the tore up cab interior with the missing speakers, glass knocked out of the mirror, missing windshield wiper, tore up fender? But wait a minute, let's go out to the back end and we'll talk about the important stuff back there. So in our walk around, we noticed there's a light missing down there, panel is missing, four-way flasher is knocked out up there. This is extremely loose back here. Hydraulic remotes are puking oil out of them. There's light missing. There is a step missing there. So you guys are probably going around this thing and asking yourself, man, and mind you, this tractor would be sitting right beside the tractor that is all just whipped and beat to heck and everything and just abused. You guys are probably looking at this, and then you're looking at the other one, you're going, man, the previous owner took really good care of his equipment. You know, I'm interested in it. Well, this one is a complete unit. Yes, it only has 5,900 engine hours. And granted, the other one has 100 hours less, 5,800 hours. But would you want to dump all that money into something that is gonna need fixing? Step, fender, couple lights, four-way flasher, mirror glass, resealing the hydraulic remotes in the back end? Or would you opt to buy this thing all complete, ready to go to work, based on what you guys see right here, right now? I would opt for this thing. I really would. Just in the simple fact that it's ready to go to work. Now, I know everybody doesn't think the same way I do, but I am just trying to aid those that do not know why we take so much pride in our equipment. Well, I have told you that this is why we take so much pride in our equipment, is for a better resale value. Well, here's where we're at with this 8300. We got the hood all waxed, the sides all waxed. Now all we got to do is just focus on the interior and get that all cleaned up and make it look like new again. We started setting this pressure washer up. We have yet to actually hook it up. We got it moved up here, and I don't know why the thing keeps bleeding off like that. I don't know, but it's up here. It's up here to keep it dry for winter time, to keep the pump from freezing, and this is where its home will be until April or May. Well, the manure pit's overflowing. I got this hooked up like it's supposed to be. That ain't going nowhere. That's gonna get cleaned off this next week when we get back to hauling manure, but it rained too darn much to do anything today. We need to haul big manure, and it's an emergency. Working on pumping the last load of manure. There's only like 200 gallon left over in that pit there. It's an 800 gallon spreader. So you guys do the math of how big the tank is altogether. This one over here by this bush, that I tried to take out with the grain drill on accident. We're gonna do that next week. We're gonna do that one over there next week. That I think is like 600 gallon tank. So that'll take a little bit. With all the rain that we've had too, that accumulates as well in the tank and makes for not as much room for there to be holding capacity for manure. Thing has some weight to it. Over here to this pit we go. put it back in over here. Darn it. Didn't mean that for that to happen. Got my tank all full. Yo. There. Lime truck is back. After pulling the engine out twice, I guess the crank was bad and some other things. Just glad to finally have that thing back. Well, it happens. I put the wrong spreader in the shop. Oops. I thought he meant put that one in the shop. He meant that one. And before this one goes in, that one has to come out. I feel bad putting dirty spreader in there, but you know what? It is what it is. So we will now put this one in there. That hood don't look too bad. I am relatively pleased with how it looks. Stupid cab is so pressurized on this thing. I don't know, maybe if it would help if you open the rear window. To let the pressure out. We put the tractor over here in this building to kind of make some more room for when we bring the dump trucks over, put them in storage, keep them out of the weather. It's the hardest thing on farm equipment, and like if you got dump trucks and stuff of any value, if you leave it sit outside, it's quite hard on it, especially in the winter time. Moved the little juniors all around too. Put a feeder in here for them, and backed the grinder in and filled it. And it's how we're going to feed these guys. These were the ones that we brought all inside. They were all out back, and time to for them to graduate. Need to take a skid loader. I got my bucket on it. And need to grade this area out. This is where I turned around to dump in the manure spreader, and I'm gonna make it all smooth again.